Wreckage of the bridge he collided with.
There's about 4,700 containers on there, 56 were holding hazardous materials. And in that NTSB press conference we learned last night, some have leaked.
Now, Fox's Griff Jenkins is near the bridge in Baltimore. The morning after, divers recovered 2 bodies in a submerged truck. 4 other construction workers remain missing and presumed dead, but they won't search today.
Because they believe that the wreckage underneath the water is so hazardous towards the divers, they're going to move to the salvage effort to start trying to get cranes out here.
Iran-backed militants have again targeted an American warship in the Red Sea.
U.S. Central Command says it successfully destroyed 4 long-range attack drones in self-defense. The Houthis have waged a months-long campaign, first against commercial ships they said had links to Israel, then against the military alliance out there to stop them.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Former President Trump's lawyers will go to court in Georgia this morning trying to get the state's election interference case dismissed, claiming it's criminalizing his free speech rights. Meanwhile, Ashley Merchant, a lawyer for a Trump co-defendant, tells Fox they'll also try to get the judge to remove DA Fani Willis over a romantic relationship with the special prosecutor she hired.
We're going to be arguing that his decision actually should have gone farther, and it should have actually disqualified her.
The judge allowed Willis to stay on the case because Nathan Wade resigned. The former president won't be in court there. He'll instead be in New York to attend the wake of a New York City police officer shot and killed at a traffic stop Monday. President Biden will attend a fundraiser in New York City with former presidents Obama and Clinton. And in a new Fox News poll,
26% of voters say the economy is good. 38% don't like how President Biden is handling it. Looking at the presidential race head-to-head, former President Trump has an edge over President Biden, 50 to 45%.
That's Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
A man who was almost vice president has died. Joe Lieberman was also a senator and also once ran for president.
Joe Lieberman was a U.S. senator from Connecticut from 1989 to 2013, but he may have been best known as former Vice President Al Gore's running mate in the 2000 presidential election when he blasted the GOP at the Democratic Party's nominating convention.
We Democrats will expand the prosperity. They will squander it.
He eventually broke from the Democratic Party, serving his final term in the Senate as an independent. Last year, Lieberman joined a third party, the No Labels Party, calling for common sense and an end to extremism. Lieberman's family says he died after suffering complications from a fall. Jill Nato, Fox News.
Days after the federal raids at the homes of rapper and music producer Sean Diddy Combs that his lawyer called a witch hunt and arrest.
That's 25-year-old Brendan Paul. He now faces drug charges after police found him to be in possession of cocaine and suspected marijuana-laced candy. Paul is described in a civil lawsuit accusing the rap mogul of sex trafficking as Diddy's drug and gun mule, and according to the Miami Herald, was arrested on the plane linked to Diddy by Homeland Security agents. An official with the Miami-based DHS says, "We are responding to concrete, detailed, explicit allegations. This is not random. Victims may be reluctant to speak at first, but once they start talking, they talk a lot."
That's Fox's Shanley Painter. It is sentencing day in New York for Sam Bankman-Fried. He could get decades in prison after being convicted of wire fraud and other counts of conspiracy in the collapse of his cryptocurrency exchange. On Wall Street, stock futures are down slightly after yesterday's big gains. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois State's treasurer has thrown his support behind a plan to let parents roll unused money from their children's college funds into a Roth IRA. He says it's now possible thanks to changes in federal law, but that state law needs to be changed before Illinois families can take advantage of it. Currently, legislation to change the law advancing through the Assembly. 1 in 3 U.S. bridges in need of repair or replacement, according to the American Road and Transportation Builders Association, including 29% of interstate bridges. The cost to make these repairs is estimated to be in the excess of $54 billion. Stacker investigated which counties in Illinois have the most bridges in dire need of repair using data from the Federal Highway Administration. A watch party at State Farm Center in Champaign planned today for the Illinois basketball doubleheader. Both NCAA tournament games for the Fighting Illini men's and women's teams shown on the video board at the center. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admissions free. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Sean Miller.
And good Thursday morning. We'll be here tomorrow, probably tired. Illinois plays tonight. If it goes well, it'll be 9:09. If Connecticut game goes long,
that's true.
It'll be 10:30 Eastern time. So whatever.
Playing
it's okay.
San Diego State.
It's Thursday, and most of the children are out of school anyway.
Right, with Good Friday.
And we're learning all that, Mr. Greg Solier. Okay. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they work every day to improve the health of community members across the region. If you're looking for an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
All right, Mr. Greg Solier, meteorologist, nice and cool, little frost on the pumpkin this morning, but all in all,
yes, that's the story this morning, and probably maybe kind of roughly north of the Bloomington, Normal, Paxton line, and maybe over towards Milford, northward some clouds, and even a couple of radar returns of sprinkles and snowflakes there on northward towards the Kankakee. A little warm front coming through the area. We'll get a nice recovery on lesser wind today, more the way of sun, and temperatures with the higher sun angle will certainly respond accordingly both today and tomorrow on Good Friday. And we're going to be a little damp and wet around the edges, so maybe the plastic liner over the Easter bonnet perhaps. We think, though, Easter Sunday, the better chances of rain are in the afternoon hours as opposed to the morning hours. It'll see temperatures early to mid-morning somewhere between 45 and 50 for those sunrise services on Easter Sunday. Big rain system early next week, and then seeing a transition into more milder, warmer, drier weather and wind too that we'll need later next week with outdoor work, maybe a little early season field work in mind. 27 at Willard and Savoy. Later on today, we'll top out this afternoon, 57 with a mostly sunny sky. Again, a few sprinkles and snowflakes in those Ford and Iroquois counties on northward here for the next few hours. Down to 37 tonight, partly sunny, milder tomorrow. Good Friday high at 67. We'll tickle 70 on Saturday. Shower chance early, a little bit better odds, but nothing widespread in the afternoon hours. Slightly better odds Sunday afternoon, and Easter Sunday has 64, back up to 68 with showers and thunderstorms Monday. They'll move out early Tuesday at 57, 50s Wednesday, and back in the 60s, maybe climbing close to 70 for late next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting Meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, partner, thank you so much. Off and running here on this Thursday. This is March 28th. Illinois plays basketball tonight. This has been a heck of a year, and I think we don't want it to end, and we want it to keep going because we like this team.
We do.
Third winningest season of all time in Illinois history right now.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Christian, my son.
Okay.
And he thought, we're at the floor. We lose tonight, bummer.
Yeah.
But good season.
Yeah.
I mean, we got through the critical first weekend. We had to do that. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
If you win tonight, then you're starting to talk about one of the greatest seasons we've ever had.
That's right.
Getting to the Elite Eight, last time we were here, Bill Self. That was the Arizona game where I think Arizona shot 54 free throws to go to the Final Four.
Wow.
54. Wow. Everybody fouled out on our team.
That's crazy.
It's like, ease up on the whistle, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they've been letting people play in this tournament. It's just, these little nuances of, 2 fouls already on Terrence, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That would be really bad.
Yep.
And listen, we've got, we're at a point that you're going, I feel like Eeyore. Oh, we'll never do that. Well, Brad has talked about his culture. Can we break through and become that? The team that, the Duke, the North Carolina, we're one of the top basketball programs of the last 40 years.
Uh-huh.
We are.
Uh-huh.
But can we break through and be more regular in the circle of the Gonzagas that are regular every year in the Sweet 16?
Right.
So anyway, we'll see. But again, I'm apprehensive. Iowa it's going right at our weakness, and that is 5 power forwards, no Trent Frazier, no Ayo Dosunmu to get the ball to. Mm-hmm. And that's the key to the game as far as I'm concerned. Can we control and hold on and not lose the ball? Mm-hmm. Can they take my ball? If Iowa State can't take my ball and make a few dunks on fast breaks, Iowa State might be in trouble. If they can take my ball and make dunks, we're in trouble. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to fall behind on the number one defensive team in America either. You don't want to get down like we've been getting down in the Big Ten tournament, and the first 9 points of Morehead State. Played outstanding second half. Morehead State played outstanding the whole game with Duquesne. But this is a different level team now. I think Houston's real good, and this team beat Houston twice.
Right.
So it's an outstanding basketball team. What they'll do is they play with this,
right,
like screaming, and then they'll trap you every chance they get, even in the half court. So there's Marcus Damask, and he's dribbling. Oh, they come in there, get rid of it, and then they take it.
It's such a good assessment, Stevie. I'm totally following you.
That is exactly what they do. So they ratchet it up. And we have to be able to, get the rebound, throw it to Terrence, and let him do his thing down the fast. We got to have transition points, and then we got to guard really, really hard because they're capable offensively. It's not like they're bad offensively; they're just great defensively. And they've got some big, thick guys in the middle. They don't like you coming in there, so we'll have to make the open look, and we're going to get some open looks. I think Iowa State gives up the most 3-pointers in America. Because they do that, and they take the ball.
Yep.
I think they're number one on turnovers. They take your ball. I'd say that if we can stay 11, 12 turnovers max, I think we win. If you get to 14, 15, 16, Penn State, it's Penn State on steroids. That's how quick they are.
Right.
They're that quick. So you got to. I thought Brad Underwood was lockjaw. Very serious. A couple of smiles. He was asked about Terrence Shannon. All of that, handled it very well. But he was...
game face on.
His game face was on. He knows he's about to enter a real battle. Speaking of which, Kenny will be up today.
Oh, good. I say Kenny.
You say battle.
Kenny.
Battle.
Kenny.
Yes! Flying Illini with flight number 33 arriving in Champaign. And then he hugs. Give me a hug, Kenny. Give me a hug.
Now, anybody remember? You're too young. January 21st or something, 1989. We hosted Georgia Tech.
Flight number 33. Take it off.
Dick Vitale, ABC National Television. The game went to 2 overtimes.
Bring down the Raptors, Mr. KB.
Hey, the Illini were number 2, and Georgia Tech was ranked number 1, and we won.
Man.
So guess who was number 1 the next day? This was a Sunday, and we were number 1 the next day. And Kendall Gill during that game, injured his ankle. So we went up to Minneapolis Thursday, and Marcus Liberty started in place of Kendall, and we lost 69-62. So it was short-lived. But boy, on that Sunday afternoon, Kenny made that. Well, the game was over. Double overtime. We actually had a 10-point lead when he dunked on. But he's a Hall of Famer. He was inducted in the U of I Hall of Fame last year, Kenny Battle. So he'll jump on after 8 this morning.
The Flying Illini with Kendall Gill, Steve Bardo, Lowell Hamilton, Nick Anderson, Larry Smith, all on that team. It talks about P.J. Bowman and Marcus Liberty also.
Yeah, Marcus was really good. P.J. Bowman played at Centennial, and he was a really prominent part. I think P.J. Bowman went on to be a doctor. So it was, Stephen Bartle, Kendall Gill, Nick Anderson, Lowell Hamilton, and
Illinois eventually fell to national champion Michigan, 83-61.
Beat him twice.
I see.
The last game we played up in Ann Arbor, last regular season game we played in Ann Arbor, I think we beat him by 20. And then we got him in the final. Glenn Robinson was the guy. And, of course, they went on and won the national title. Unbelievable.
That was a 31-5 season with Lou Henson.
But,
14-4 in the Big Ten.
We didn't win the Big Ten regular season. Indiana was 15-3.
Wow. Lots of great teams then.
Yeah, there were Purdue was right there as well. All right, Brad met the media yesterday.
You felt like we handled business, took care of what we needed to take care of in Omaha. Two very good opponents, and I thought other than the start of the Moorhead game, I thought we played pretty well. On to a very, very good Iowa State team, obviously the number one defense in college basketball. They do that for a reason. TJ has done just an outstanding job of getting these guys to play so very hard. It's very impressive. As a coach, I watch their team. I know what they emphasize. I know what they work on. You beat a number one seed Houston twice, and that's very, very impressive. Obviously winning the Big 12 tournament, which was the number one rated conference this year. So my hat's off to Iowa State, to TJ, to that group, and they're led by two very, very good guards, very athletic, and a team that, like I said, obviously causes teams a lot of problems scoring. So we'll have to be very good. Excited for the opportunity.
I'm not sure booty ball works tonight because it's going to be double team. Then you've got to be good enough to know where you're going with it. Mm-hmm. And then they scramble back, recover very, very quickly. Mm-hmm. And we have to swing. And then somebody's going to have a really good look if we do that well. But then you got to make it.
Yeah.
So, and then they're susceptible to us getting offensive rebounds.
That's right.
So that's one of the things we've got to take advantage of. Hey, Quincy, I need you 11. I need 11 rebounds. 5 on the offensive board. Come on. Quincy Guerrier can play a pretty big role. We just got to get the ball, and I think Dane Dange is going to have to play a little bit to get some rebounds for me too.
Okay. Well, we'll start out the NCAA tournament in the Sweet 16 round with 6 o'clock game, number 6 Clemson and number 2 Arizona. San Diego State, a number 5 seed, takes on number 1 UConn.
Yeah.
And then number 4 Alabama and number 1 North Carolina. Our game, 9:09 tip from Boston against Iowa State, a number 2 seed. We're number 3 seed in that East region. Of course, our Illini women in Tulsa, and that's a 6:30 start. If you want to enjoy the festivities with the double viewing, doors open at 6 at the State Farm Center, and everything is free.
Not the food.
Right,
Yeah.
if you want concessions. But if you're, one of the first 300 or so fans, you can get a free hot dog.
Good starter.
Could be a fun start for the kids. Jackson Buchanan, congratulations, Big Ten Golfer of the Week. 4th time for him and 2nd this season. And, of course, Major League Baseball starts today. St. Louis Cardinals with the LA Dodgers with a 3:10 start. Over on US 105.9, it's the Cubs and Texas Rangers after 6:30.
Our weather brought to you by Busey since 1868. Busey, member FDIC, your Fox Business Minute coming up.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and Van Am is Saturday. Nice days worth of weather. Next couple, for that matter, with a moderating trend in temperatures. There'll be some wet weather to contend with over the Easter holiday weekend, especially Saturday and Sunday. Be a brief cool down by mid next week with further warming thereafter. Sunshine, not as cool this afternoon with a high to about 57, a west-southwesterly wind. A few clouds for tonight, 37. Tomorrow, partly sunny, milder. Good Friday high at 67 on a southwest to south wind. Shower thunderstorm breakout tomorrow night. Iffy early tomorrow evening, more so by midnight tomorrow night with a low down to 52 and a breezy, mild Saturday with a shower thunderstorm in spots in the morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs close to 70. A couple of showers and thunderstorms break out Sunday afternoon, and Easter Sunday high 64. 68 with showers and thunderstorms for the day on Monday. Lingering shower Tuesday morning at 57 and a partly sunny afternoon. Highs in the mid-50s on Wednesday. Sunshine next Thursday into the lower 60s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Solgay.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Walgreens Boots Alliance is reporting a mixed quarter. Its earnings and revenue came in better than Wall Street expected, though it's offering a more cautious forecast for this year, citing a challenging retail environment. Walgreens is attempting to cut $1 billion in costs this year. Shares are up more than 3.5%. Amazon is investing $2.75 billion in artificial intelligence startup Anthropic, making its total investment in the business $4 billion. It's a move to help Amazon compete with Microsoft, Google, and others for artificial intelligence business. Two companies that were spin-offs from other big businesses are about to join the S&P 500 as of next week. GE Vernova, the power generation business of GE, and Solventum, the healthcare business of 3M. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Posola, invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. 35 years on Wall Street taught me how to successfully invest in the stock market. In my 4-part series, I'm going to teach you too. Some of Fox Business's finest join me to help tell my story, impart crucial lessons from my Unstoppable Prosperity book, and to give you the tools to achieve your own financial dreams.
Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Wonder where Dane Danger sleeps. Basketball star Dane Danger on Living at Pacifica on Green.
Hi, I'm Dane Danger. Pacifica living here is just very convenient. You know, a lot of things are around. A lot of my classes are around the corner. It's a lot of food and things over here. My facility is down the street as well. So, you know, for me, it's just very convenient. I'm staying in here by myself, so I have a lot of space to myself. You know, it's good for me.
The ultimate in student housing, Pacifica on Green at pacificaongreen.com. And I truly believe that when we did that commercial with Dane Danger,
yes,
he wasn't coming back. I'm just speculating. I don't know. I'm just speculating because he wasn't playing.
Okay.
He's playing like 3 minutes a game. And so what did Dane Danger do? And I kept raving about, remember I told you what a nice guy.
Yeah.
What a good man. There's a good, calm, good guy. And
I can't imagine being the opponent and seeing him coming at you. He doesn't stop.
and
like
so,
a bulldozer.
But he really hadn't played. So obviously he's going to check his options, right? Anybody would.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he comes into the Ohio State game in the Big Ten tournament on Friday when we're going to lose the game, and he wins the game.
It turned it around.
Dane Danger won the game at Ohio
Got
State.
some momentum going for us.
Yep. Didn't play much Saturday, and then again, huge impact Sunday when we beat Wisconsin. So he wasn't a factor in the Nebraska game because it was just a different kind of game. We blew him out in the second half. We came 15 down. It was just up and down. But Dane has just had a huge role. Played great in 2 games in the NCAA tournament. And we need him tonight. So Dane Danger. Now how do you feel about him?
That's right.
You want him back, right? Mm-hmm. And again, I thought about doing a $1,000 contest to anybody who can get our starting lineup next year said by July 30th.
Okay. Good luck with that.
I mean, you're not even sure he's on campus, right?
Right.
By July 30, you ought to know. And then you got to figure out who's starting. And again, Brad doesn't really care about who starts, who finishes. But it's just the point is, I don't know, because we're going to have somebody named Marcus Dominski next year, right? I mean, it's just another guy.
You never know.
And boy, the portal is loaded.
Right.
And obviously, the better we do in this, the higher visibility, the more desire to come here. That's how it works. When you see your coach of the Super Soaker, don't think that doesn't have an impact. You want to play there. Now, everybody will tell, he'll talk to players. People will talk to, well, he gets on you. Yeah, but he makes you better. Because you look at the development. How much better is Dane Danger than a year ago?
Right.
A lot.
For sure.
How about Marcus Damask when he started, kind of drifting through the first part of the season, 8 or 10 points, pretty good, but not this. Terrence Shannon. How much better is Terrence Shannon than a year ago, October? He was good.
Right.
He was a good player. Nothing like this. So I develop players. That's a huge deal. And so all these portal people, I know they don't want to worry about the assistants are dealing with it because they've got to field the thing.
And we've got to focus on the Sweet 16, obviously.
Basketball team's got to focus on this because all of them are gone next year. A whole bunch are gone,
right.
and we might have transfers.
But sometimes you hear these whispers. Indiana State University, that Robbie Avila is, from Oak Forest, Illinois. He's 20 years old. He's 6'10".
What do we need? I think we need guards and scorers.
Okay.
We've got, Dane comes back, and then you got this Merez Johnson, who's the number one basketball player in Illinois. He's going to be a big man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Armani. He's going to be good.
Yeah.
Does Dre stay? I mean, he looks like he could be really good for us. But again, you just don't know. I mean, Patrick McCaffrey is transferring. That's his dad's team.
Wow.
And then Porter, the other guy that I think saw the writing on the wall with the Moline kids, that he might not get as much playing time so easily.
See.
So, I mean, everybody's said we might have guys. I mean, that we just don't know. So, anyway, it's game on tonight, 9:09, Go Illini.
Mm-hmm.
It's Thursday. John Decker standing by. We will talk with Gray Television. Who's great? I wish they had a TV in the market.
Yeah.
We have Sinclair and Nexstar. But Gray's doing a good job. They're the second or third largest TV group. They're like 150 stations or something.
Wow.
And John Decker's their man. He's the national correspondent, White House correspondent. We love picking his brain.
Mm-hmm.
He's a journalist. You don't know how he votes. That's what I want out of my journalism.
That's right.
And it gets confusing when you have anchors that are really more editorial.
Yeah.
That look like news anchors. They're not, and some people it's hard to distinguish. So we'll get into that coming up. Kenny Battle coming up after 8 this morning.
Sounds good.
We'll cover the fact that you can go and enjoy the State Farm and watch it on the big screen if you want for free. Free parking, free entrance, all that tonight.
Yeah, Cassie Arner's going to be on to tell us more details about that.
And how about Tim Onstott yesterday? Came to our station in Philo.
Rockstar on the grill.
Pitmaster. We'll call him later today. Boy, he did a lot of work. And what we saw was a real professional in the world of competition for chicken, pork, ribs, and brisket. Best rib I've ever eaten was yesterday.
Best everything I've ever
eaten. Well, Christian said it was 3 of the 4 things that's the best he's ever had.
So tender.
And presented well.
Yes.
There's a presentation, then it's taste.
We had scorecards.
I know.
We were judges. It was official.
You have to score 2 through 9, and some of us wanted to give him an 8 and just couldn't figure it out. I don't know how you do.
Right.
It was absolutely beautiful and delicious. All right, more on that coming up at 7:28. That's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie Jay. We'll be right back.
Relax. Call back 217-359-7293.
Every month we honor law enforcement because they deserve it. A 7-year guy, 8 years in Florida, 15 total. He's now with the Champaign Police Department. Presently serves as a sergeant in the patrol division. Sergeant Austin Massey. Why did you get into this business?
Ever since I was really young, I was raised to respect law enforcement and appreciate that they are in their position to help us and be ready to assist at your worst time. Growing up, seeing the law enforcement in the community out there helping, just really something I wanted to do and be there to help people on their worst day, help make their lives a little better.
How do you approach each day?
You never know what you're going to get. Coming into work, you never know. It could be a nice, calm day, nothing going on. I can just take care of paperwork and get everyone squared away. But then the wheels can fall off and we can go call to call to call. It's almost instinct.
Relax. Call back 217-359-7293.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com.
I'm Liz Clayman,
Sponsored by
and
AbbVie.
With the leaves and temperatures beginning to fall, it's time to make sure those furnaces are in great running order. Get that furnace tuned up so it doesn't let you down on the cold nights. Dogtown is the People's Choice #1 HVAC company again in 2023. Ask about the current 0% financing offer on all Lennox high comfort systems and single component units for qualifying applicants. The number's 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Shipping and supply chain operators meet with Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg today about coordinating efforts to keep everything moving while the Port of Baltimore is closed by a bridge collapse caused by a cargo ship collision. The bodies of 2 workers are recovered. 4 others are still in the water.
They believe that the wreckage underneath the water is so hazardous towards the divers, they're going to move to the salvage effort to start trying to get cranes out here on barges to remove that. The Dolly ship, there's about 4,700 containers on there, 56 were holding hazardous materials, and some have leaks.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. 4 people are dead, 7 injured in a stabbing spree across several locations in Rockford, Illinois.
We do have a suspect in custody.
A 22-year-old man, Police Chief Carla Red, says not all the victims were stabbed. One who died was a mail carrier. Rockford's mayor calls it a random and senseless act of violence. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Macon County authorities warning residents about a new scam that warns residents of unpaid tolls with the Illinois Tollway. Macon County law enforcement officials say the tax is a scam and residents should not click on the link. Illinois State Police are ramping up efforts to recruit more women for the force. They've announced their goal is to have 30% of state police cadets be women by the year 2030. They say recruitment for law enforcement's down everywhere, and the force has launched a social media campaign to inform potential recruits of the opportunities with the state police. Watch party at State Farm Center in Champaign is planned today for the Illinois basketball doubleheader. Both NCAA tournament games for the Fighting Illini men's and women's basketball teams are going to be shown on the video board at the center. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admission to the event is free. Might be a great time to grab a gang of folks. Enjoy the game tonight. That's what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. We check our weather, brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event of Saturday. Nice couple of days worth of weather ahead as we get into the start of the Easter holiday weekend. There'll be some wet weather at times over the weekend and a more significant outbreak of shower and thunderstorm business for early next week. Temperatures continuing the trend of a milder, more spring-like go of it. Slight cooling expected first half of next week. Another wind-blown big warm-up slated later next week. Kind of just what the weather doctor ordered on what may be over the next 4 or 5 days. Another inch or 2 in some areas of East Central Illinois in the old rainfall gauge. No rain today. Mostly sunny skies, although north of Champaign County and Vermilion County, there's some clouds and a few sprinkles and snowflakes showing up here for the morning hours. That's north of Champaign. Mostly sunny sky. Otherwise, temperatures moderate to about 57 on a west-southwesterly wind. 37 tonight, partly sunny, milder for Good Friday at 67. Shower thunderstorm chances Saturday afternoon, the high near 70. Showers back in for Sunday afternoon with a high to 65. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Peter Olchis, Greg Solgay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday. John Decker. John Decker. John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House in press room.
John Decker. John Decker.
Yes. Children on combines singing the theme.
John Decker.
There he is, Great Television's White House correspondent, national correspondent, man on the move constantly. It's John Decker. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm good, Stevie. How are you doing today? You having a good week?
Yeah, we were all kind of jacked up for a 9-10, 10-10 Eastern time from the Garden. Illinois takes on a tough Iowa State team. So we've been kind of flying high because we haven't been to the Sweet 16 in 19 years. So this is,
oh my gosh,
just really a fun week for us. Now we know we got our hands full this weekend, but hopefully we can get to the weekend and beat Iowa State. It's going to be a good game. But they trap and it's that kind of hectic kind of stuff. So
it'll be a great game.
Ought to be a fun game. All right, Mr. White House correspondent, we have Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and I have said forever, and I will stand by it, Joe Biden's not going to be their candidate, but I'm now starting to sound a little weird because it doesn't appear like it's going to be Trump-Biden. What do you make of the polls?
What I make of the polls, that it's what I've said all along. You know, it's going to be an exceptionally close race. What I'm talking about when I say that is this. So 2016, Donald Trump, Mike Pence, they win with 306 electoral college votes. 4 years later, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris win with exactly 306 electoral college votes. Whoever wins this election cycle will win with fewer electoral college votes. That's what I mean when I say it's going to be a very close election.
Okay. What impact, if any, will Robert Kennedy Jr. have on this race?
Too soon to say. First of all, we don't know how many states that he will be on the ballot. If some of those states will be battleground states. So it's too soon to make a determination as to whether or not he's going to actually be a real spoiler. That's all he can be in this race in 2024. I say that's all he can be because Robert F. Kennedy Jr. cannot win the White House, cannot win the presidency. That is pretty clear. But he will take votes away from Joe Biden and perhaps also Donald Trump. I think that's the reason why you saw criticism leveled this week against RFK Jr. by both Democrats as well as the Trump campaign.
Did he pick the woman for vice president because of money?
It seems as if that's the case. But, you know, when you think about the person who is number two on your ticket, it's typically somebody who could step in and be president of the United States. I think that in that regard, it was a very weak choice by RFK Jr. You know, I mean, when you, what do we know about this person? Could she just, you know, if something were to happen to RFK Jr. in that likelihood that he is president, I don't see that happening. Could she fulfill the duties of president of the United States? Does she have any experience in foreign policy and domestic policy? I think the answer to that is no, she doesn't. So that's why I say it was a weak choice in that regard for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, you do want to pick somebody, I guess, that you feel comfortable that if something did happen, God forbid, to the president, that they can do it. And, of course, then again, the names being floated were Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, Jesse Ventura was at least a governor. He was at least a governor.
He was a governor, though, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that made sense, you know, as far as a possibility. But I'm guessing they both declined. I think that, you know, for Aaron Rodgers, he's focused on, you know, the start of the NFL season and trying to take the New York Jets to the playoffs. He's not thinking about being number two on a ticket with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right. So I guess we'll wait and see. But if they get on all the ballots, does that help Donald Trump more than Joe Biden?
I think that's right. I mean, look, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. comes from, you know, one of the storied names in Democratic politics. He comes from the Kennedy family. And, you know, if you're a Democrat, maybe you think you don't want to vote for Joe Biden, you don't want to vote for Donald Trump, here's your off-ramp. You can vote for RFK Jr. So I think that's right. But I also found it telling that the Trump campaign and Donald Trump also criticizing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. this past week on the day that he announced his running mate.
Okay. And, well, one thing's for sure. He would win. RFK Jr. would win if the competition was about push-ups.
Yeah, that's right. He's in good shape. His running mate's in good shape. So if that's the arbiter in terms of who we want as president, I think he's got, you know, Biden and Trump beat hands down for sure.
You can't help be impressed when he had a shirt off. I mean, come on, man. How do you have a six-pack when you're
Come on, man.
Was he 67, 68? How old is Robert Kennedy Jr.?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean,
Diane, I'm going to leave it to you to Google that while we're done.
I'm on it.
But in this league, he's junior, man. He really is junior. I mean, you're talking about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. He's a youngster. The guy's in his 60s. That's really young.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, compared to those two.
The passing of Joe Lieberman. I always liked Joe Lieberman.
Robert
Really?
Kennedy, by the way, 70.
70. Okay. Well,
70. Okay.
Pretty good.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Pretty good abs for 70, yeah.
I agree.
Joe
Yeah.
Lieberman was Al Gore's vice president. He left the Democratic Party, but I always liked him. I thought of him as, a guy I wouldn't necessarily agree with, but I liked.
Yeah, I mean, he was a foreign policy hawk, always very much focused on national security issues, and he is and was a giant in Connecticut politics. 36 years as the state's attorney general, 20 years as a U.S. senator, elevated to national prominence when Al Gore puts him on the ticket in 2000. I can't think of a Democrat like Joe Biden, like Joe Lieberman, I should say, that exists in the Democratic Party today. The Democratic Party today looks nothing like it looked like way back in 2000 when he was on the ticket with Al Gore. That I think is too bad, because he represents a voice that you don't hear that often in Democrat or see that often in Democratic politics, a voice that's very strong on national security issues, someone who doesn't, just go with the progressive point of view on things as it relates to social policy. And he really, when he said something, he really believed it. He wasn't a politician who just put his finger up to see which way the wind was blowing. He really believed what he said, and I think that type of politician and public servant is really missing in America today.
It just doesn't exist. I mean, you had the Paul Simons of the world. Again, a guy that you didn't agree with the policies all the time, but you could talk to him. It just seems now that if you don't agree, you're some name called, right? I mean, it's like bigot, homophobe, whatever the word is. It's just changed so much. So the vitriol and the actual hate is these guys wouldn't like that. None of them did.
Oh, agree 100%. That's the reason why ultimately he left the Democratic Party. Joe Lieberman did, a registered independent, one of the founders of that No Labels political group, but still very much active. Writing op-eds for the Wall Street Journal, talking about issues related to Israel's security, and very much active as a person trying to frame America's foreign policy. So sad. 82 years old. He had a fall, and we all know. When you're older, your bones are just not as strong. And, a fall can have a major impact on someone who's elderly. And I think that what happened with Joe Biden is indicative of that.
82 doesn't sound old anymore, does it? Man.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Not at all.
All right, what was the Joe Biden New York City fundraiser? I don't think I'm briefed on that. What happened there?
Yeah, well, it's tonight. It's a huge fundraiser tonight. So I'm going to be at the White House shortly. Then the president leaves in the late morning. He's going up to New York City. Fundraiser expected to raise, Stevie, $10 million. It's at Radio City Music Hall. It will feature not only the president and the first lady, but also two former presidents, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton. Every ticket sold out. And when you talk about the race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, there's no doubt in terms of who the front runner is in terms of raising money. It is Joe Biden. He has $71 million cash on hand at the beginning part of this month. Donald Trump, by contrast, his campaign has less than half of that. So this fundraiser tonight will only add to that total that Joe Biden has, and it's the end of the quarter as far as reporting fundraising numbers is concerned, and so this is a good way to close out your quarter.
I know 10 million sounds like a lot, but in this game of presidential politics, don't you kind of need $1 billion? I mean, really? It's crazy.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
It's a 10 million here, 10 million there. It adds up. And that's the whole point of it. And by contrast, Donald Trump. I don't know the percentage, but there is a percentage of the money that he's raising that is going to legal fees, and that's problematic for him. And they're not going away with this criminal trial set to begin just in a few weeks on April the 15th in Manhattan. So those legal fees really eating up a lot of the money that has been raised by the Trump campaign.
But Truth Social just made him a bazillionaire, didn't it?
On paper, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he has to hold on to that for 6 months. So a lot can happen,
Mm-hmm.
in the stock market in 6 months' time. So we'll see. I think it was $3 billion windfall on paper, but we'll see where that stock stands 6 months from now. It hasn't made any money. It's lost money during the course of its time as a functioning company.
It's John Decker, White House correspondent for Gray Television, on the Tapman's Towing phone line, ESPN 93.5, on this Thursday morning. Illinois plays tonight at 9:10, if everything runs on time.
9:10.
Pretty late.
9:10.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I just don't, every year I probably think differently, but it feels like, who's undecided? Right? I mean,
I don't know.
Who's undecided? Don't we have our camps all set up, and the people that don't know who they're voting for, do you even want them to vote? They won't have any idea. When you go to the beach during spring break and ask somebody about January 6th and said, yeah, Election Day, I'm all about it. I mean, they're not really tuned in, John. I'm not sure I wasn't at that age, but holy cow, when you have no idea who Kamala Harris is at all, I don't know. I think we've chosen our people, I think.
Yeah, I think that the people know, who they are. They know the choices. They know all of that, but they just haven't really decided yet who they're going to cast their ballot for. Those are the people that are indeed undecided. And these are people. Think about it this way. There are people in 2016 who voted for Donald Trump who also voted for Barack Obama. Those are the people that you're trying to get. Those people that in any election cycle are not wedded to one political party. They just look at the two candidates before them and decide, okay, of these two, I got to make a choice. Who am I going to vote for? And, for some people, in 2016, they said, you know what, choice between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I'm going with Trump. Even though I went for Barack Obama, back in 2008 and 2012. So it's an interesting type of voter that we're talking about here, but those are the types of voters that really will decide who wins in 2024.
But the dynamics are so unbelievably unusual. You have a guy who actually has a track record, he was a president, and then you have somebody that things just aren't going well. No matter what the White House says, the majority of Americans don't believe we're heading in the right direction. So you've got that. You've got gas prices rising again. You got crime through the roof. You got a border that's open. So if you ask people, how's it going? It's not really good. So the only thing you can say is Donald Trump's the devil. He's Hitler. That's all you got.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't attend all the fundraisers for President Biden. I go to some as a reporter. I'm not spending money, to help out Joe Biden.
Right.
But as a reporter, I cover them, and the ones that I don't cover, I read the transcript, and that is the message that he delivers, the one that you just said, Stevie, to those audiences that eat it up. That he doesn't say Donald Trump is the devil, but pretty much close to it.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you need to do sometimes in these types of elections, is to tear down your opponent, and it happens at the presidential level. It happens, at the congressional level. Sometimes that's the way. Sometimes what you need to do to win, and we're going to see some of that this election cycle from both sides, from both the Trump campaign and also the Biden campaign.
Well, again, you believe it's unprecedented, the situation we're in, the dynamics of it. No two are ever alike, but man, it feels like some serious urgency on this one.
Well, I think you're right about that. Every election cycle, I hear the same thing, Stevie. This is the most consequential election of our lifetime. We've heard that so many different election cycles, year after year. And this one, is it more consequential than the last one? I leave that up to people to decide, but they're all consequential, I think. There's never a perfect moment in time where they're not consequential, where you could flip a coin and either one will do. You have a real choice here between Joe Biden, his policies that he's pursued and would continue to pursue, versus Donald Trump. And we know his record as president for 4 years, and have to factor that in. And that's what people do. So less than 8 months to go, Stevie, until Election Day, for people to make those choices who have not yet made that choice.
And you're outside of health issues or something we don't want to happen to Joe Biden. You're confident it is Biden-Trump.
I lost you there, Stevie. There?
Yeah, I was saying outside of health or anything like that, which we don't want anything bad to happen to
Yeah,
anybody.
it's a rematch.
But it's a rematch. There's no doubt in your mind because Stevie J's sticking with it. Ain't Biden staying with it, man?
Well,
staying with it.
I like that you're staying with it because you're going to be you're that 1% out there, and you never know. It's like a horse race. It's not always the favorite who wins. It's sometimes the long shot, and there's a big payoff. So I like that you're sticking by your long shot. But I think it's going to be this rematch. The dynamics are so different. Now it's Joe Biden who's the incumbent, and it's Donald Trump who's the challenger, even though he essentially is running as an incumbent. But yeah, the dynamics are a lot different, and that's the reason why the Electoral College map's going to look different in 2024.
Okay. First rematch, by the way, the same two people since '56. Eisenhower, Adlai Stevenson, I think.
Yes.
And Adlai's from Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And,
he is.
And his son, Adlai Stevenson. Not his. I think it was his grandson. It was Adlai Stevenson, like the third, that owned one of our radio stations that we currently own now.
Oh wow!
Really? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's 105.9. I think was Adlai Stevenson's. And anyway, we'll see. But John Decker's on the know, and he knows, man. He's everywhere. He casually says, "Yeah, when I go to the White House later." Oh, me too. Me too. I think it's just like bring the old guy to work with you day, and you see if you can get me in the White House with you.
Right.
That would really be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you know what, Steve? You make it to Washington, D.C., I'm going to roll out the red carpet for you. Yesterday, we had an anchor from one of our television stations in Birmingham, Alabama. He came with his wife, his 3 young boys. I got him into the White House.
Wow.
I showed him the briefing room, and took lots of pictures with them, and so
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Make it to D.C. You and Diane, you got it.
Hey, listen, I'm sure everybody looks at the briefing room and goes, "It's so small."
Yeah, it is small. Yeah, absolutely.
You think they could branch out and maybe knock out a wall or something? John, we appreciate you very much. Thanks for being on. Thank you as always.
Go Illini. Thank you, Stevie. I'll be watching tonight, pulling for the Illini tonight to make it to the Elite Eight.
Yes.
Move on in this effort to make it to the Final Four. Remind me, who was the coach? It's going to kill me if I can't think. Who was the coach that took the Illini to their last Final Four?
Lou Henson.
There you go. And he also coached at Arizona. Am I mistaken?
No, New Mexico State. New Mexico State.
Oh, New Mexico. Okay.
I think he's the only guy in America that has 2 basketball courts named after him. Lou Henson Court down in Las Cruces and Lou Henson Court, Henson Court. Here
Lou and Stevie were tight.
Yeah. Well,
hey, can I throw in a little bit of trivia for you?
Yeah.
A little bit of trivia for you. My great uncle. So the reason why he's my great uncle, it's my grandmother's brother. He's since passed away. But he has a court named after him.
Wow.
Temple University.
No
He's
kidding.
in the Basketball Hall of Fame for coaching.
No
yes,
kidding.
sir.
No kidding.
So,
That's
really
awesome.
proud of that.
The Owls,
very
the
cool.
Temple Owls.
The Temple Owls, yes. He took his team to the Final Four, won NIT championships, Basketball Hall of Fame. Very cool. Unfortunately, that gene for basketball did not make it down to me, but very proud of him.
It's John Decker, great television's White House correspondent. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Diane. Have a great day, great weekend. We'll talk next week for sure.
You too.
John Decker, White House correspondent, great television weather, brought to you by Urbana Park District.
They remind you they've got some fun activities on Friday. You could have the free senior creative connections with family service. There's an open gym volleyball in the evening. Details at urbanaparks.org.
Nathaniel's son coming up.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign event of Saturday. Nice couple of days worth of weather ahead as we get into the start of the Easter holiday weekend. There'll be some wet weather at times over the weekend and a more significant outbreak of shower and thunderstorm business for early next week. Temperatures continuing the trend of a milder, more spring-like go of it. Slight cooling expected first half of next week. Another wind-blown big warm-up slated later next week. Kind of just what the weather doctor ordered on what may be over the next 4 or 5 days. Another inch or two in some areas of East Central Illinois in the old rainfall gauge. No rain today, mostly sunny skies, although north of Champaign County and Vermilion County, there's some clouds and a few sprinkles and snowflakes showing up here for the morning hours. That's north of Champaign. Mostly sunny sky. Otherwise, temperatures moderate to about 57 on a west-southwesterly wind. 37 tonight, partly sunny, milder for Good Friday at 67. Shower thunderstorm chances Saturday afternoon, the high near 70. Showers back in for Sunday afternoon with a high up to 65. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Solgay.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Illini football star Isaiah Williams on why he lives at Pacifica on Green in Champaign.
Everything is literally luxury, and the price that you getting this stuff for is crazy. Like one of the nicest apartments complexes I done seen, from the moment you walk into the building to the elevators to when you get in the room. Everything is just luxury, top notch, and you getting it for a good price.
To learn more about it or book a tour, go to pacificaongreen.com. Kenny Battle coming up. On Thursdays, we call Nathaniel Son in Chicago because he's my son, and so you know who he is.
That's
His
right.
name, Nathaniel Son in
That's
Chicago. Right. Nathaniel Son, how are you?
No, I'm good, guys. How are you?
Good. Happy Easter a few days early.
Yeah, we're in the zone.
Indeed. Easter is quickly approaching, so hope everyone has plans. And today we're going to discuss a little bit of the history of one of the components of Easter, and one that some could argue has actually become more popular than the real reason for Easter, and that is the Easter Bunny.
Yay!
Easter egg hunt. Well, now, searching for Easter eggs has actually been a popular tradition since about the 17th century in Europe, Germany more specifically. However, the prudent farmer will tell you that rabbits don't lay eggs, and they're absolutely correct. Now, interestingly enough, rabbits and eggs separately have long been the symbols of fertility. The rabbits, for their incredible ability to breed multiple embryos during one pregnancy and their short gestational period. Eggs, for their pure imagery and symbolism of new life. Going back to ancient Greece, the goddess Aphrodite, who was the goddess of love, was almost always associated with a rabbit or a hare, as they were known back then. Mm-hmm. Now, over the course of history, as Easter became a more popular holiday, the rabbit and egg slowly became integrated. And as it became even more secular, the eggs and searching for them became a tradition. Now, fast forward to the United States today, where we still search for eggs, but now we include things like chocolate and dollars. But we can all rest assured that the symbolism of the rabbit and the egg do line up with the original intent of Easter, being new life and resurrection.
Well, I knew they were prolific. Remember the gestation of a rabbit? We talked about that a few years ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's short.
Correct. It's very short, and they also have this thing. It's called superconception, where they can breed even multiple pregnancies or have overlapping pregnancies.
It's crazy. But it all comes back to the new life, and the symbolism of the egg is in the resurrection of Jesus, which is what Easter is all about. The most important Christian holiday is Easter. We would not celebrate Christmas without Easter. Incredible. Right. Wonderful. Did you know Nathaniel Son in Chicago? Great work.
Thanks all. See you soon.
Happy Easter.
That's Nathaniel Son in Chicago. Feature called Did You Know on this day before Good Friday.
I was just looking about the treats and things like that in the Easter eggs. Of course, all the candy that we get. And it just seems like I remember that one time, Stevie, when your dog actually got into your Easter egg basket while you were at church.
Nicknamed him Candy Isle after that, but we were able to get him to regurgitate it. That's Did You Know? Nathaniel Son, ESPN 93.5.
Are you ready? A free trip to the most lavish resort out of this world. The most spectacular landscapes and majestic views ever imagined. Where all human pains, afflictions, worries, concerns, they'll all be gone for eternity. You're right, it will be heaven. Well, it is very simple. Start your journey today. the Lord opens his welcoming arms to greet you. And this week, visit his house. Attend church services of your choice. We have found the Lord at Muhammad Christian Church. Listen to the words. Jesus will guide you as to where you need to be. And for our friends in nursing homes or assisted living, please attend your weekly prayer services. It is that simple. Start your journey today. The Lord will put his arm around you and give you comfort. Take away all your problems, anxieties, and pains for eternity. Are you ready? The Lord has been expecting you.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
The road to the White House goes through New York today. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden and former President Trump will both be here. Fox's Peter Ducey reports the president will hold a big bucks fundraiser with ex-presidents Clinton and Obama.
The campaign is already billing this as the most successful fundraiser in American political history. $25 million is going to be coming in. And it's going to be a good test of the soundproofing inside Radio City because a huge anti-Israel Free Gaza protest called Flood Manhattan for Gaza is being organized right outside.
They are angry over Biden's support for Israel in that war. Former President Trump will attend the wake of a New York City police officer shot and killed Monday at a Queens traffic stop. A Trump lawyer will go to court in Georgia this morning trying to get the election interference criminal case dismissed.
He's going to be arguing that the First Amendment should prohibit this prosecution.
Ashley Merchant is an attorney for a Trump co-defendant. She will again try to get DA Fani Willis removed from the case over a romantic relationship with the special prosecutor she hired. A judge's ruling prompted Nathan Wade to resign. Sentencing is supposed to start this hour for Sam Bankman-Fried, who was convicted in federal court in New York of fraud over the collapse of his cryptocurrency exchange.
Prosecutors are asking for as much as 50 years in prison. His defense attorneys are asking for 5.5 to 6.5 years. He took customer funds from his crypto exchange FTX to help manage the funds of his trading firm. Customers lost roughly $10 billion. Restitution is expected to be part of his sentencing.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal that after two bodies were recovered from the wreckage of the Baltimore Bridge collapse, there will be no search today for the other 4 missing and presumed dead, citing dangerous conditions. Meanwhile, there is worry about 56 containers of hazardous material on the ship that hit the bridge and brought it down.
Some of the hazmat containers were breached.
And National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy says there is a sheen in the river. America's listening to Fox News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's ALL to 321-321.
A denial followed by a warning. In Russia, President Vladimir Putin called sheer nonsense any possibility he would launch an attack on a NATO allied country as Russia keeps waging war in Ukraine. Then Putin said any Western air base that hosts American-made F-16 fighter jets that would be deployed in Ukraine would be a legitimate Russian target. Meanwhile, the attacks keep coming inside Ukraine.
At least one person died in the northeastern Ukrainian city of Kharkiv on Wednesday, and local officials say Russia may have deployed a new type of guided bomb. It seems the Russians decided to test their modified bombs on residents, alleges the regional governor. 4 children, including a 3-month-old baby, were among 19 injured in the attack, condemned by President Volodymyr Zelensky as Russian terror. No comment from Russia. Ukraine also says it shot down 26 of 28 Iranian-made drones launched overnight. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Why is a question in Rockford, Illinois, where 4 people were killed when a man went on a stabbing spree. Several others were wounded, including a woman someone rushed to save.
One of the Good Samaritans stopped to help her out. He did get some stab wounds. He's fine. He is being checked out.
Winnebago County Sheriff Gary Caruana says a 22-year-old suspect is in custody. They still don't have a motive for the attack. The economy grew a bit more than first estimated at the end of last year. The government has revised fourth quarter GDP growth from 3.2% to 3.4%, though that is still less growth than July to September. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed the day after big gains that lifted the S&P 500 to a record high. Nobody hit the Powerball jackpot last night, so the fortune grows again. $935 million up for grabs Saturday. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Recent forecasts by the National Climate Prediction Center indicate that though there's always a chance for late snow in April, Illinois headed for an early spring. National forecasters say Illinois stands a 50 to 60% chance of having a warm spring. Same forecast includes a chance for above average rainfall across southern Illinois. Illinois State Police setting a goal to have 30% of cadets classes by women by 2030. The department made that 30 by 30 pledge in 2022, but the number of women signing up has stayed about the same ever since. There are more than 1,000 sworn officers with Illinois State Police, but only 10% of them are women. And a watch party at State Farm Center in Champaign. That's planned today for an Illinois basketball doubleheader. Both NCAA tournament games for the Fighting Illini men's and women's basketball teams are going to be shown on the video board at the center. Gates will open at 6 tonight, and you can guess admission is free. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, so we have Kenny Battle coming up next, and so I had Kenny Battle in the brain when John Decker asked me who the last final. I just had Kenny on the head.
And skipped Bruce Weber back in 2005.
And that certainly is one of the greatest teams of all time.
Right. And lots of listeners texting in to correct you.
No excuses, none.
359-2255 if you want to chime in.
Fisher National Bank text line, but thank you for obviously catching a ball through the legs, the wickets, ball right through the wickets here. So, yeah, I, of course, knew and was all about Bruce Weber and an amazing run, but Kenny Battle is next. He's one of the Flying Illini. He actually was a guy that played at Northern. He played at for the Huskies up there and then transferred to Illinois.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yep. Kenny Battle, and the chant began, you say Kenny, I say Battle. Kenny, Battle, Kenny. He was just phenomenal. So we'll have Kenny up next, but yes, of course, last Final Four was 05, and I had referenced 89. All right, Mr. Greg Solier, meteorologist here on the radio. What are you saying here for Easter from Thursday here?
Well, we think that it ought to be milder around here. It may be a little wet around the edges as well. Front part, mid part, as in through Sunday, maybe in the afternoon. We think the morning hours for any sunrise services with temperatures between 45 and 50 should be okay, but most days through the holiday weekend into the 60s. Speaking of wet weather, boy, plenty of it out towards Boston. They're raining 46 degrees. Flood watches there. They had 2 to 4 inches of rain last weekend. They're coming up with another 2 to 4 over the next 48 hours or so, the last of which maybe at some point late night tonight or tomorrow morning might have a little wet snow back west towards Worcester and the Berkshires. Meanwhile, back this way, got some clouds up through parts of Ford and Iroquois counties, even a sprinkle and a snowflake there. Otherwise, turning mostly sunny, not as cool as we head through the later morning and afternoon. West-southwesterly wind, 33 now, 57 later this afternoon, 37 tonight, partly sunny, milder for Good Friday, and high up to 67 on Saturday. There may be a shower early, more likely a couple of hit-miss showers, maybe a thunderstorm in the later afternoon with a high near 70. Again, maybe in the afternoon on Sunday, an Easter Sunday high Tuesday at 64. Showers, thunderstorms Monday, maybe some goodly rains and storms across the area at 68. They'll wind down Tuesday, clearing off 57. We're in the 50s Wednesday. Another big warm-up and some dry time and some wind. We'll need it over Thursday and Friday of late next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, AB Dolchus, Greg Solier.
It was January 22nd, a very memorable date in Illinois basketball history. 1989. It was actually Super Bowl Sunday in 1989 when Georgia Tech and Bobby Cremins and that very good Dennis Scott team came to town to take on our number 2 ranked Fighting Illini.
That's right.
Georgia Tech was ranked number 1. It went to 2 overtimes.
Yes! Flying Illini with flight number 33 arriving in Champaign. And then he hugs. Give me a hug, Kenny. Give me a hug.
On national television, Dick Vitale describing a great dunk toward the end of the second overtime with flight 33.
There goes flight number 33. Take it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer, the great Kenny Battle. Kenny, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. Go Illini.
Just trying to do my assessment here because back in the day, I always said Kenny's my favorite player, always. I mean, period. There's no, and I've been tracking this thing for 60 years. And Kenny, the reason that I think you're my all-time favorite is you never, ever dogged it. I asked Coach Henson, how about practice? Nope. He's got to let up. Nope. What the heck, man? Why was your engine like it was?
You know, it's just the way I was raised, and my mama always taught me, you know, if you're going to do something, you know, do it well. Don't go out and half do it. Do it the way you want to do it and do it the way it should be done.
That's just awesome. And there was a moment, I sat at the scores table 20 years, there was a moment that you were pumping your arms, you ran down the court, and Lou got your attention and said, Kenny, you got to work harder. And you pumped your arms and you looked back at him and you said, okay, coach. I said, man, you can't have a better guy than that.
That's right.
Come on, man. Anyway, it's Kenny Battle. It's great. It's awesome. Congratulations to the Hall of Fame. That was just quite an honor.
Thank you.
It's a big deal.
Thank you so much.
Okay, give me your assessment of my team. What about Illinois? What about the Iowa State game? What are you seeing here from our team, and what do you think about the game tonight, Kenny?
Well, it's going to be a great game. I mean, you have a team, Iowa State, that is, you know, a defensive team, and you have a team, Illinois, who's an offensive, you know, scoring machine. And whenever you have those two type of teams playing each other, something got to give at some point. And you know, if we're making that shot, you know, we're going to be hard to beat. You know, we're aggressive. We hit the boards, offensive boards hard, and you know, it's going to be an exciting game to watch. You know, it's going to be an exciting game. But I think that the Illini are playing some of the best brand of basketball that can be played at this time of year.
We're playing 5 power forwards, is what Brad Underwood says. Can you win? Can you hold the ball? Can you keep it from getting picked off? Can we do that with Iowa State? Because they're going to trap their brains out against us.
Well, of course, they have to. You know, that's the game plan. You know, try to contain the ball, try to limit the shots, try to limit the post up. And, you know, we just have to be patient, run our set, get what we want, when we want, and how we want to get it. And one thing, we can't allow the pressure to bother us.
Well, if we do that, I'm going to feel good about it because I think we can rebound with him. And what's your take on Terrence Shannon, and particularly how he takes it on the break and when he goes on these transition? To me, he looks as quick as fast as I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a freight train coming downhill. So, I mean, you see guys, you know, they try to get back 3, 4, and he's going so fast he can just slice through, you know, double and triple team. He finds, you know, he finds the little end to get in there, and he gets in and creates fouls. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to watch.
Well, if they trap me and I can move the ball around, I'm going to get some looks. But you're right, Kenny. We gotta make them.
Yeah, we have to make the open shot. We have to get the slashes, the cutters. You know, we got to get penetration because if they're trapping, that means somebody is open. You know, and if everyone is moving, spotting up, ready to take the shot and make the shot, it's gonna create havoc for them. And at some point they're just gonna have to go man to man.
Well, we can do this thing, right? We can beat Iowa State, can't we?
Oh yes, without a doubt. We're looking very, very good, and we're looking unbeatable right now. And I think the guys and Coach Underwood, have went through what they need to do to get a win. And I think the guys are locked in. They got the assignment, and now they just got to go out, and do the task at hand. And let's get a win.
Can you believe it's been 35 years from the flying line? I can't believe that, Kenny. I can't believe that. Just can't.
It seems just like yesterday.
I remember they had a yellow brick kind of a road you guys walked in when you came home from the Final Four, and we had a little rally, pep rally. And I remember Nick Anderson was up there and says, "They say we need a big man. Who needs a big man?" Crowd's going crazy. Crowd's going crazy. It was such a run, and you guys. You had lost to Villanova and some bad free throws the year before, and then you went crazy, go 17-0. Then we lose a bad game to Wisconsin by 20, and we don't lose until the Final Four. And Lou Henson told me that we would have been national championships had Kenny not slipped on the water in Minneapolis, because he said it took too much energy to overcome what we had to overcome that weekend, and we came out flat in Seattle. But unbelievable, Kenny. The water on the floor in the Metrodome. What was that? Come on, man.
Well, you know what? And look back at the history of the Metrodome. Always leak. They had holes all over the Metrodome. That's one reason they blew it up, because it was they couldn't contain the water from getting in. It was a freak. There was a leak right under the baseline, and we had went up and down 2 or 3 times. And then I came and sniffed. And as Coach said, it took a lot of energy. My teammates didn't know if I would play. They knew if I was healthy, I was going to play. Even if Rod told me I couldn't play. And the only reason I didn't play the Louisville game is because Coach Henson purposely left me off the roster and didn't put my name in the book.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. And he told me, and I said, "Coach, why did you do that?" He said, "Because I know you. You would have checked in without me telling." I'm like, "Yeah."
That's exactly right. You would have. And then we had you for the Syracuse game and just battled our way back to win that thing. So,
that was when I say that was a great game to be involved in. And, it just seemed like the guys having me back on the court, we just clicked and things just fell back into place. But, that game itself, at that game, even though I had a great game, I was probably 65%, playing. But, that's what you get from me.
Yeah, I know that.
65% is, people look at it as 110%.
Yeah, that's right.
And, we fought hard. And, a Final Four game, as you said, we came out sluggish, the entire team. We made a lot of early mistakes. And even though we didn't play our brand of basketball, to win the game at the end.
No, we did. No, and we beat Michigan twice badly.
Beat them. Yeah. And and I told the guys going into it, there's no way the NCAA is going to allow us to blow Michigan out, because the rating for us and Seton Hall is going to be low.
Wow.
Well, and on TV ratings. So the game was slowed down It wasn't in our favor, and it fitted Michigan because that's what they wanted to do, to slow it down, pound it in, and we did a great job. And people don't realize that Lowell Hamilton looked like a cast with tape because he had hurt his ankle, the Louisville game.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have been out on the floor. He couldn't move. I mean, if you guys remember, I think he got dunked on and one by one of the Michigan players, and a shot that Lowell blocks 99% of the time, but he couldn't move.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then and finally, Coach Henson, had to take him out because he wasn't giving us anything.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything.
Right. Kenny Battle, one of the greats of all time. And how are you? How's your life? How are your kids, family? Everything good?
Everybody's doing great. My Kenny Jr. Lives in California. He's doing good with my second grandchild, beautiful young lady. And then my first grandchild, Kason, lives here in Illinois. He's getting taller and taller every day. And then Kendall, my second oldest, he's a computer whiz. He's big into computers, and he's doing well, making a great living doing that. And my daughter, Ty, plays professionally abroad, and, she's having a wonderful career, professional career there is. And then, Cameron, he's in the process of transferring to play basketball, and hopefully we can get him down in Champaign. And then Keon is already there, football. You guys look for big things from him next year. And then Casey, my youngest son, he just transferred from Jackson State, and we're trying to get him down in Champaign as well. He's a 6'4" cornerback.
Oh, boy, we need that.
Yeah.
Hey, so Kenny, did I count to 7 kids? Was that 7?
No, you count my grandson. That's 6.
6, okay. Kenny, hey, listen, thank you for jumping on this morning. We're fired up. And listen, again, thank you for what you stand for, because if people worked as hard as you on the basketball court, living their life, live full, die empty, the great Les Brown says, that's what we ought to be doing, and you always did, and you're still doing it. We appreciate everything you've done. And
no problem.
Always a pleasure having you on.
All right. Go Illini.
Go Illini.
Go Illini. Kenny Battle, the great Flying Illini, and the Flight 33. Great to have Kenny on.
Heard here on ESPN 93.5.
Yep. We, gosh, I loved watching him play. I mean, I just never forget. I'm sitting there, and Coach is yelling at Kenny, Kenny. Kenny looks, you have to work harder, Kenny. And he looks back, he's chomping this gum, and he's pumping his arms, as opposed to some guys going, man, I'm trying as hard. He goes, okay, Coach.
Yep.
I said, man, this is great.
359-2255. Someone talking about the awesome atmosphere against that Georgia Tech game and how it was Super Bowl Sunday and that person's birthday. Thanks for chiming in and reminiscing with us.
All right. It's ESPN 93.5, 822.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The economy held up better than previously reported at the end of last year. The gross domestic product for the fourth quarter rose 3.4%. The government previously said the GDP expanded at a 3.2% pace. The numbers adjusted for inflation. Economists believe GDP growth slowed to a 2% pace at the start of this year. Also, the job market is showing little change. The number of people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time last week came in at 210,000. Ford is drastically reducing its hourly workforce at its Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, Michigan, where it makes the electric F-150 Lightning pickup. But Ford tells the Detroit Free Press the reductions will not result in job losses. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
from the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
He's part of the law firm football star Keith Randolph on why he chose to live at Pacifica on Green.
One, it's close to everything. They have the best landlord in Champaign. Well, she's like the mother of the apartment building. It's really nice. It's brand new, nicely furnished. Everything's just nice. At least check it out. The rents are very reasonable. There's a lot of additions into it. There's a game room, coffee room, yoga room. It's everything you want.
Visit PacificaOnGreen.com.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Luke Goody from your men's basketball team.
So, Luke, you're what, about 6'7"?
Yeah? Why?
Because size matters in basketball and video.
I know it's easier to shoot over a smaller guy.
And it's easier to see every detail on the biggest screen. That's why we brought in Sony's 98-inch Bravia. Unbelievable TV for gaming and sports.
That's not taller than me, though, is it?
No, but it's 8 inches wider than you are high. It is large and in charge.
All right, so it's big. Does it lose something blown up that size?
Nope. The Sony Cognitive Processor delivers wide dynamic contrast, billions of natural colors, and high peak brightness all the way to the corners over 8 feet apart.
So all that means is it's expensive, right?
$69.99 isn't cheap, but it's less than a good projector and screen, and it works in bright rooms.
So, how much am I getting paid for this commercial again?
Well, not that much, Luke, but with your good credit, it's under $650 a month with 0%, including tax and installation by Good Vibes experts.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
All right, so how are you watching it? Are you watching it at the State Farm? Are you going to be at home? It's a late night. Shauna Green's team plays Tulsa We want them to win. That starts at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. So time nicely.
And then, they say if the Illinois women and Tulsa game wraps up, then they'll flip the screen in the Jumbotron in the State Farm Center to the San Diego State UConn game.
Well, I'd hope that would be a good game. I don't know. I would never, till Sam, our buddy Sam at iHotel, reminded me that was the national championship game last year, UConn and San Diego State. San Diego State beat Florida Atlantic. We couldn't believe that was.
I see.
So it just was an odd kind of. UConn beat somebody very good, and then UConn just, they looked like they're just great. And so I'm rooting for San Diego State. Because if Illinois were to beat Iowa State, I'd rather play San. I don't care how hot San Diego State is; it'd be better than a healthy UConn. UConn's a monster. They're the champion of the world right now in college basketball until somebody beats them. So, anyway, let's just hope we get a chance.
Yes,
that would be awesome. But we'll be here tomorrow. Probably a little sleepy, but we're excited to be here for Good Friday. We got Monsignor Mark on.
Yes, we do.
I love Monsignor Mark Meridian.
So many years at St. Matthew's and just a great guy to kind of set up Holy Week and all that.
Good conduit to God. There's no doubt. So we'll talk Easter tomorrow with Mark. All right, Monsignor Mark. 829. Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. As much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola. From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
For a New York City police officer killed in the line of duty, Jonathan Diller. President Biden will be in New York for what his campaign calls the biggest political fundraiser ever, $25 million.
Stephen Colbert will moderate an armchair conversation with President Biden and former Presidents Obama and Clinton at Radio City Music Hall. Donors who fork over enough cash can have their portrait taken with the three presidents by world-renowned photographer Annie Leibovitz.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Cryptocurrency exchange founder Sam Bankman-Fried is being sentenced today.
He faces up to 110 years in prison after being convicted on 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy. He was found guilty of stealing over $10 billion in FTX customer funds. The prosecution, they're looking for 40 to 50 years. The defense, however, seeking just 5 to 6.5.
Fox's Kelly O'Grady at the federal courthouse in New York. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois State's treasurer has thrown his support behind a plan to let parents roll unused money from their children's college funds into a Roth IRA. He says it's now possible thanks to changes in federal law, but that state law needs to be changed before Illinois families can take advantage of it. Currently, legislation to change the law advancing through the Assembly. 1 in 3 U.S. bridges in need of repair or replacement, according to the American Road and Transportation Builders Association, including 29% of interstate bridges. The cost to make these repairs is estimated to be in the excess of $54 billion. Stacker investigated which counties in Illinois have the most bridges in dire need of repair using data from the Federal Highway Administration. A watch party at State Farm Center in Champaign planned today for the Illinois basketball doubleheader. Both NCAA tournament games for the Fighting Illini men's and women's teams shown on the video board at the center. Gates open at 6 tonight. Admissions free. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing,
move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Illini fans, this year we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium for the 2024 Fighting Illini football season. Season tickets for the 2024 football season are on sale now, and Illini fans who renew their season tickets by February 1st are eligible to win amazing prizes, memorabilia, and experiences. Secure your season tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against Michigan. Visit fightingillini.com for more information.
This is Eric Bowen with Provident Financial Group. We are honored to be celebrating 15 years of service and want to thank all of our amazing clients for their confidence and trust. We look forward to meeting the needs of current and future clients in the years to come. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Take a look around your home. Is it finally ready for some much-needed updates? If you don't know where to start, then just meet with one of our experts. We'll help you find the perfect waterproof plank floor for your kitchen or that stain-resistant, super soft carpet for your bedroom. Finish your room update with a custom sofa and chairs, or choose a trendy in-stock dining set that's priced right. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Don't miss out when Ancient Aliens Live lands in a town near you. The Out of This World Tour continues with 15 new dates announced across the country. Hear from the experts of Ancient Aliens live and in person.
All of you are on this journey with all of us together.
Get your tickets now at ancientaliensLiveTour.com.
Ancient Aliens Live. Project Earth lands in the Virginia Theater Friday, March 29th. Tickets on sale now at thevirginia.org.
Yep, 9:09 is Central Time. Everybody knows start time. Illinois and Iowa State. That's if again Connecticut and South San Diego State end on time. I guess that could go a little longer, but hey, it's okay. Whatever time they want to play it, we're ready. We're ready. It's Iowa State, Illinois tonight, and the Cyclones are favored by 2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. 25 before 9 on Thursday. And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Well, I don't know how to thank you for coming over, you and Donna, spending 10 hours in Philo to prepare a practice cook before you got competitions. I mean, it's like watching a PGA golfer hit the golf ball. It's just different. Tim, that was the best. Sir. That was the best rib I've ever eaten in my life. I mean, it was Christian last night. I took some of the leftovers to Christian and Janet, and they just both. Christian said 3 of the 4 things he ate were the best he ever had of each of them. What?
It's amazing.
What the world?
The taste, the flavor, just off the charts.
What?
You guys are too kind, but that we ended up with some really good meat from Mr. Brisket and out in Cleveland, and we let the meat kind of talk. I think those ribs really had a good pork flavor, and the things we did to them just enhanced that. And those were good ribs.
Perfect ribs. Okay, so you, Mr. Tuffy, you thought it was a good cook. I mean, you had a good good day, didn't you?
Yeah, we saw some things that weren't good, and things that we need to make some adjustments on, but overall, it was pretty good. Your judges were very, very kind. I would like to box them up and take them to a competition. We did total up the scores, and if their scores would go to any competition we've ever been at, we would win it. But,
that's right. All right. Good to hear. That's awesome.
It was the people were awesome. I think we put Judge 6 into a meat coma because he didn't judge brisket at all. But that's all right. And the way that the scoring system works, you throw out the low score anyway, so we're still able to get a reasonable facsimile of
unbelievable.
of the scores.
Well, I'll tell you what, just FYI, and I know that you and Gail Frericks, you work very, very well together. You, Donna, Gail, and you got your trucking company, you got your dedicated diesel and the Dixie chopper and all the good things. However, if you ever wanted to have 100 weddings, I could get that for you next year. Okay?
Right.
I mean,
Start a company.
Oh, are you kidding me? It's just when it tastes that good, it's just hard work too, man. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's physically demanding, and then weddings, of course, we want to really make it special and perfect. So that's a little bit harder.
And you've done a few for friends, but you're not doing this. This is just a hobby.
Yeah, it's just a hobby.
Yeah.
We only do it for friends and family and friends of friends that and special occasions.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not something I want to do every day. I'll tell you what, I slept like a Dixie chopper last night.
There you go.
I bet you did.
Fast. It didn't take me long to sleep all night,
Right.
just like a Dixie chopper and mowing your yard. It doesn't take very long. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for having us over.
Thank you
I
for,
really do
for doing it. It
appreciate
was
that.
a real special treat for us. And people here I know pretty well. And we were all genuinely just like blown away by it. Just very rarely do you have food from somebody as talented as you, Tim Onstad. So,
Right. And for instance, the rib. I mean, we talk about fall off the bone delicious, but you say there should be some, holding on to the bone and being able to bite in and pull it off. And, really the art of eating meat. I learned a lot yesterday, and it was just perfect yesterday. It's amazing. And we had, Mitch, our next door neighbor here, and Philo was asking some tips and wanting to get some. Are you injecting the meat, or what is the secret?
Yes, we inject everything. We do not inject the ribs. We have before. We did not do it yesterday because those ribs didn't. They were standalone good. Mm-hmm. They were thick and juicy, and we could tell halfway through the cook that it was right, that they were right, and I had to fight not letting them go over and hitting that sweet spot, and I think we did on the ribs.
Yeah, you did.
Those ribs
perfect.
were something I would have turned in anywhere.
Yeah.
The brisket was a little bit different. It was a little bit off. It wasn't the same brisket we've been cooking for 3 or 4 years. It was Imperial Wagyu.
I loved it too.
So tender.
It wasn't dry. It wasn't too juicy. It was just perfect.
It was unbelievable.
I tricked you a little bit then. I cut those slices a little bit thicker so they'd hold together a little bit. We couldn't do it quite as thin as we normally do. Would have fallen apart, but it had decent flavor. We were worried about a couple things on that. The chicken didn't quite have the flavor profile we were looking for, and we know how to correct that one. So hopefully you guys got the rust knocked off of us, and we're set for a few good competitions this year.
Well, we can't wait to hear. All right, before I let you go, go ahead, Tim.
I got to get rid of some Dixie Chopper mowers before I go.
That's what I wanted to know. What up with Dixie Chopper? What do you have?
Oh, we've got Classics, Excalibur, Eagles, Z2s. All are in stock at the shop in Urbana. And it's hard, you hear all the time, guarantee the lowest prices. We'll make a deal on the lowest price you can get a Dixie Chopper for, period. Go talk to Andy at 1313 Triumph Drive. Call him at 217-328-0562. Go see him. If you're not satisfied with what he's doing, which Andy does a great job, and he will make the right deal, let me know. We'll make it right. We'll look at what you got, and we'll make sure you have the best price you can get on the world's fastest mower.
Well, plus, Tim, you got the warranty and you got the service when you have that relationship with someone like Andy, huh?
Oh, yeah. Andy is great at taking care of the customers. One of the things I say in trucking and over there at Dedicated Diesel is service the customer. Yeah. And I think Andy takes that to heart, and he will do whatever he can to make things right. And just an all-around good guy to deal with.
And then Gail Frericks Trucking, looking for anything?
I'm looking for a couple of special drivers. We're getting into a situation. We don't have a whole lot of turnover, but I've got some guys that are really wanting to retire. We've got a guy that's 81, a guy that's 80, a guy that's 78. They've been around a long time.
Wow.
One of our top drivers, and I'll say happy birthday to him. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 65. And he's been a top dog around here for about 10 years, and we're looking for somebody to come in and really take those top spots and understand what it means to be reliable, dedicated, and get compensated well for it.
Yeah,
get weekends home and that type of thing.
Weekends home and really compensated, yeah.
We got a text in, Tim, trying to buy our first smoker. Any recommendations for a first-timer?
Whatever you can afford. And that's one of the things that Lon and I talked about yesterday is you don't have to cook championship barbecue to enjoy it. It's whatever you like, your friends and your family. It's a lot of experimentation. I started out on a $100 Walmart special, little bitty 48-inch smoker. You don't have to go out and buy a $10,000 smoker to enjoy it and do it in your backyard. The best backyard smoker, in my opinion, is the Outlaw Patio model. You can get them for, I don't know, $4,000, $4,500 from outlawbarbecuesmokers.com. Jay Craig builds them. He's a friend of mine, and it is the best smoker. But you don't have to spend $4,000 to enjoy it. I think Stevie, your son has a green egg that he likes a lot.
Loves it a lot.
Yep.
And those are all good. It's just a lot of it depends on the style you want to cook.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I want offset. I want to tend that fire. I want to have my hand in what's happening with that fire and smoke. That's why I don't use a pellet smoker, because there's not the control.
Yeah. Tim Onstott, thank you again. Profuse thank yous.
It was so
awesome to have you yesterday,
awesome.
Philo. Thank you for doing that.
Your people are great. Nicest people in the world. Philo is great. They let me park and be in their way.
Yeah, great, Tim. We'll talk next week, but thanks for being on, as always.
Thank you, guys.
You betcha. Tim Onstott, Pitmaster, ESPN 93.5.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people, member FDIC. Orange and Blue Golf Courses in Savoy is your place for golf in the Champaign-Urbana area. Saying go Illini, let's beat Iowa State Thursday night after 9 in Boston. Sweet 16, baby. Tee times, rates, outings, and employment opportunities are all found at uofigolf.com. You'll love the friendly staff at the Orange and Blue courses near Willard Airport. Go Illini!
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
The Alma Market is your one-stop shop for one-of-a-kind creations from the University of Illinois alumni and students, as well as unique finds from some of your favorite Urbana-Champaign area businesses. Treat yourself or a loved one and support your fellow Illini today. If you're a University of Illinois student, alum, or Champaign-Urbana area business, feature your products on the Alma Market. Becoming a vendor is a great way to expand your reach and connect with Illini across the country. For more details, visit almamarket.org. Go Illini!
It is an honor to have Cassie Arner on the radio show. She is in charge at the University of Illinois. Congratulations on being promoted, Cassie.
Thank you. Did you tell Josh that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Probably feels that way.
Josh isn't in town. I can say whatever I want. It's Cassie Arner. Tonight at State Farm, you're hosting a free event where you can watch Shauna Green, and I am a big fan of Shauna Green, and the women's basketball team against Tulsa, followed by Illinois, Iowa State, and the Sweet 16. Cassie, whose idea? How'd you come up with this? Why are you doing this?
Right.
Well, let's call it a meeting of the minds on social media, and a rare opportunity to feature both of our outstanding programs at the same time and get people really excited about bonus basketball.
Nice.
Free. What the heck?
Absolutely free. Free parking, free entrance, free prizes.
Huh?
So it should be a lot of fun. We're going to do as much as we can to make it feel like a real game as possible, taking breaks at timeouts to do raffles and games on the court and everything we can do to get people really excited and feel like they're in the arena themselves.
Enter from the main entrance on the west
So
side?
coming through West Main,
Yeah.
Yep, all the seating will be on the west side. And we just had Bluey last night, so the court won't be down, but we will have a basket out and be playing games of knockout and three-point shooting contests and trivia and all kinds of stuff. And concessions will be open, so you can come and eat dinner there.
Just trying to think in my head if I could go out with like a flashlight and some official suit and say, folks, it's closed. And then I'd be the only guy in there, and then I get all the prizes and get to play knockout by
You have
myself.
the whole place to yourself.
the whole place.
Yeah.
No, how do you know how many are coming? I mean, maybe you're going to.
We don't.
But maybe there'll be thousands. I don't know.
We're prepared for that.
Okay.
It could be 500, it could be 5,000, and who knows? But I think that's part of the fun of it, right?
Well, a lot of the area schools are out for the kind of an Easter holiday break, so that works to your advantage too.
It does, and you would think traditionally a 9:09 tip would be too late, but if there's going to be a night to do it, it'd be one where the kids can stay up a little bit and not have school the next day.
I think it's a great idea, and if we were to get through the weekend, they're going to want you to do it next week. So.
They will. I should promote. We will be hosting the Big Ten Men's Gymnastics Championships at State Farm on that Friday and Saturday. But let's say most of us are hoping we make it to the Monday as well.
Yeah, that would be huge. Well, let's see if we beat Iowa State late tonight. They're real good. Everybody knows that. They beat Houston.
They're very good.
They're very good. So are we, which is cool. And I had Kenny Battle on earlier this hour. And I tell you what, memories flooding through with the KB. Flight 33, Dickie Vitale, Flight 33.
Well,
it's just awesome.
I'm wearing my Flying Illini shirt right now.
Excellent. Way to go, Cassie.
That's great.
Because I wore it on Saturday. So I'm wearing the exact same outfit I wore Saturday.
I get that way too. I was wearing a cross, and I don't want to jinx anything. It's so silly.
If I don't, I could really threaten it. If I'm not wearing this exact outfit, I could really hurt that.
All right, I can get in as of 6 tonight. State Farm, bring everybody you know. It's free.
And free some hot dogs too.
What?
First 350 through the door, get a free hot dog.
There we go.
What the heck is that
What
about?
organization's doing that?
So Student Affairs is sponsoring the free hot dog giveaway.
And did I hear Coke is part of this too?
Coke will be doing some sampling of some of their new products, the Coke Zero Spice. It'll be exciting. They'll feel very active and festive there.
Well, I don't know. This will be fun, and I think, boy, the kids would just love this. So take the kids and enjoy.
Well, and the University of Illinois students, you're able to email blast them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think 9 o'clock is just the time they're waking up and getting ready to do things.
Yeah, they don't go out till 11:30, so this is early,
Right.
man. Cassie Arner, always a pleasure. I've got you again. Let me look to make sure. The head of the University of Illinois, Cassie Arner, a pleasure. Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you, guys.
All right, talk soon.
Details at fightingillini.com.
One more time on Greg's weather.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana for Saturday. Nice couple of days worth of weather ahead as we get into the start of the Easter holiday weekend. There'll be some wet weather at times over the weekend and a more significant outbreak of shower and thunderstorm business for early next week. Temperatures continuing the trend of a milder, more spring-like go of it. Slight cooling expected first half of next week. Another wind-blown big warm-up slated later next week. Kind of just what the weather doctor ordered on what may be over the next 4 or 5 days. Another inch or two in some areas of East Central Illinois in the old rainfall gauge. No rain today. Mostly sunny skies, although north of Champaign County and Vermilion County, there's some clouds and a few sprinkles and snowflakes showing up here for the morning hours. That's north of Champaign. Mostly sunny sky. Otherwise, temperatures moderate to about 57 on a west-southwesterly wind. 37 tonight. Partly sunny. Milder for Good Friday at 67. Shower thunderstorm chances Saturday afternoon. The high near 70. Showers back in for Sunday afternoon with a high up to 65. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm Meteorologist Greg Solgang.
All right, cool morning around East Central Illinois in Champaign-Urbana and our studios in downtown Philo, where our current temperature is... What is the current temperature?
I wasn't ready for that, Stevie.
Thought I had that in front of me. 30-something is a good guess. Maybe 40.
38.
38, okay.
Up to 62.
We had frost on windshields and stuff this morning.
Tomorrow, 70. Saturday,
Wow.
73.
And Easter Sunday is...
65 with a 70% shot of showers.
All right, man, that's a lot warmer. Mm-hmm. I've been layering up for 6 months. I'm ready to stop layering up. All right, back tomorrow. It will be probably a late night for all of us Illini fans, and that's okay. We'll play. If it's 9:09, 10:09, 11:09, probably done by 11:30. And then you deal with whatever.
That's right. And we've got baseball today.
I know. I forgot all about the Cubs opening 6:30 in Texas. We got that on the radio on US 105.9, US 105.9, and, of course, ESPN 93.5. You're home for the St. Louis Cardinals today after 3. On the air earlier, like 2:20 or so. It's Cardinals in Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. Talk tomorrow. Thank you, Diane.
Go Illini.
That is
Enjoy
Diane.
the day.
Yep, that's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Thanks for listening. Go Illini. And we'll talk tomorrow.
Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery has store-wide savings as they celebrate their anniversary. Installation is half off Mohawk waterproof luxury vinyl floors. The installation is free on Mohawk carpet. And get up to $1,000 of instant rebates on Mohawk carpet and floors. Instant rebates on all furniture. Plus, buy it all with 2 years free financing. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana invested in our community since 1908. Before you buy your home in 2024, we invite you to speak with one of our experienced lenders, Jack, Jim, Kim, or Lane. Experience the convenience of working with a local lender with local service, decisions, and loan underwriting in our comfortable offices. Visit us to experience the exceptional friendly service from our knowledgeable staff. Hey, if you're not already banking with us, give us a try. We think you'll love it here. We do. 356bank.com, First Federal. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com.
As Tapman's Towing celebrates 50 years of serving Central Illinois, we're always seeking good people to serve our great customers. Our team of expert tow professionals would like to interview others with CDLs, previous tow experience, or a strong interest in serving others. If you enjoy serving people, love working in the outdoors, and looking for a career, not just a job, we should talk soon. Do you have a strong desire but lack the experience? We should still talk. Visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
I'm Lily Ott. I'm a certified nurse midwife at OSF Healthcare. I see patients in some of the clinics that we are now opening, including in Urbana, Forsyth, Pontiac, Bloomington, and eventually Lincoln, and doing deliveries for women in Bloomington at OSF Healthcare there. Being a nurse midwife today is seeing women through all of their life. So seeing women, pre-puberty through menopause, specializing in pregnant women and providing prenatal care, and then getting to deliver babies at the hospital setting with our patients that we've, established the relationship with throughout their pregnancy. Yeah, I feel like one of the big misconceptions with midwives is that we don't deliver in a hospital setting and that we don't support pain management, which is not true. We deliver babies at the hospital setting, and we support women in any way that they choose to have their babies. So whether that be with an epidural, without an epidural, we're there to support no matter what they decide and kind of just help their labor be what they want it to look like.
Orange and Blue Golf Courses in Savoy is your place for golf in the Champaign-Urbana area. Saying go Illini, let's beat Iowa State Thursday night after 9 in Boston. Sweet 16, baby. Tee times, rates, outings, and employment opportunities are all found at uofigolf.com. You'll love the friendly staff at the Orange and Blue courses near Willard Airport. Go Illini!
Hi, this is Troy Lands from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With colder temperatures here, let's make sure your heating system is operating at its best. At Lands, you can join our comfort family and get exclusive savings and support to keep your heating system in tip-top shape this winter and all year round. Our plans offer tune-ups, discounts on repair, and even lifetime system enhancements. Plus, we back up our equipment with labor warranty when we install it. Find out more about our comfort family maintenance plans at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played